In 1959, the world watched as a new struggle for freedom began. In South Africa, a system called apartheid held sway. It was a system built on the belief that one group of people was superior to another based solely on the color of their skin. This belief manifested itself in brutal laws and practices that segregated and oppressed the majority black population. It was against this backdrop of injustice that the Anti-Apartheid movement, or AAM, was born. Formed in London, the AAM began as a call for a boycott of South African goods. This simple act of refusal, of choosing not to participate in an economy fueled by oppression, was a powerful statement. It was a message of solidarity with the oppressed people of South Africa, a message that resonated far beyond the borders of the United Kingdom. The AAM's message found fertile ground in the hearts of people across the globe who yearned for a more just and equitable world. Students, trade unionists, politicians, and ordinary citizens alike rallied to the cause, recognizing the inherent wrongness of apartheid and the moral imperative to dismantle it. The AAM quickly blossomed into a global movement, uniting people from all walks of life in a common purpose, to end apartheid and bring about a free and democratic South Africa. The AAM's early days were marked by a sense of urgency and determination. The task before them was immense, and yet they faced it with unwavering resolve, knowing that the eyes of the world were upon them and the hopes of millions rested on their shoulders. On March 21, 1960, the world's attention was drawn to a small township in South Africa called Sharpeville. There, a peaceful protest against the hated pass laws, which restricted the movement of black South Africans, was met with brutal violence by the apartheid regime's police force. 69 unarmed men, women, and children were gunned down in cold blood, their only crime being their demand for basic human rights. The Sharpeville massacre, as it came to be known, sent shockwaves across the globe. It shattered any illusions about the supposed benevolence of the apartheid regime and exposed its true nature, a brutal and oppressive force that would stop at nothing to maintain its grip on power. The Sharpeville massacre was a turning point for the anti-apartheid movement. It galvanized the international community into action, leading to widespread condemnation of the apartheid regime and increased support for the AAM. The movement's message resonated even louder now, fueled by the righteous anger and grief that poured out from Sharpeville. The Sharpeville massacre was a stark reminder of the human cost of apartheid. It served as a rallying cry for the AAM, strengthening their resolve and spurring them on in their fight for justice and equality. The blood of the Sharpeville martyrs had watered the seeds of resistance, and the movement grew stronger with each passing day. The anti-apartheid movement understood that to dismantle apartheid, they needed to isolate the regime on the world stage. They recognized the power of international pressure and set out to make South Africa a pariah state. One of the AAM's first major victories came in 1961 when South Africa was expelled from the Commonwealth, a group of nations formerly part of the British Empire. This expulsion was a significant symbolic blow to the apartheid regime, signaling to the world that their racist policies were unacceptable to the international community. The AAM's campaign to isolate South Africa continued in the realm of sports. They argued that allowing South Africa to participate in international sporting events while its own citizens were denied basic human rights was tantamount to condoning apartheid. Their efforts culminated in South Africa's suspension from the 1964 Tokyo Olympics, a move that sent shockwaves through the sporting world and further isolated the apartheid regime. These early victories, though symbolic, were crucial for the AAM. They demonstrated the power of international pressure and proved that the movement could effect change on a global scale. These successes fueled the AAM's determination and gave hope to those fighting for freedom in South Africa. The world was beginning to listen, and the tide was slowly turning against apartheid. The AAM recognized that to truly cripple the apartheid regime, they needed to strike at its economic heart. They launched a global campaign calling for comprehensive economic sanctions against South Africa, the goal to pressure multinational corporations to divest from South Africa and for governments to impose trade embargoes, cutting off the flow of money that sustained the apartheid regime. The campaign for economic sanctions was a long and arduous one. The AAM faced resistance from Western governments, some of whom prioritized their economic interests over the dismantling of apartheid. Despite these challenges, the AAM persevered, working tirelessly to keep the issue of sanctions at the forefront of the international agenda. They organized international conferences, published reports detailing the atrocities of apartheid, and lobbied governments relentlessly. Their efforts, combined with the growing global outcry against apartheid, eventually led to the imposition of comprehensive sanctions against South Africa in the 1980s. The sanctions, though long in coming, had a profound impact on the South African economy. They sent a clear message that the world would no longer tolerate apartheid, and played a significant role in weakening the regime and paving the way for its eventual demise. As we delve into the heart of the struggle, we see that hope was the beacon guiding countless souls. This symbol of hope wasn't just a mere emblem, it was a powerful force that united and inspired a movement. It was the light in the darkest of times, a testament to the resilience and unwavering spirit of those who believed in change. Grassroots action, often underestimated, proved to be a formidable force. Ordinary people, driven by a shared vision, came together to create extraordinary change. Their collective efforts, though seemingly small, rippled through communities, igniting a powerful wave of transformation. It was a reminder that true power lies in the hands of the people, and that every voice, no matter how small, can make a difference. The journey from the anti-apartheid movement to action for Southern Africa was marked by significant milestones and unwavering dedication. This transition wasn't just a change in name, it represented an evolution in purpose and strategy. The commitment to justice and equality continued to burn brightly, adapting to new challenges and forging ahead with renewed vigor. The legacy of AAM lives on in ACTSA, a testament to the enduring fight for a fairer world. In the academic world, apartheid was not just a distant policy. It was a pressing issue that demanded immediate action. Scholars and students alike began to challenge the status quo, pushing for divestment and academic boycotts. This wave of resistance highlighted the moral responsibility of educational institutions to stand against injustice. Their efforts were instrumental in raising awareness and garnering international support for the anti-apartheid movement. The global stage became a powerful platform for condemning apartheid. Nations and international organizations voiced their opposition, imposing sanctions and calling for change. This widespread condemnation wasn't just symbolic, it had tangible effects, isolating the apartheid regime and pressuring it to reconsider its policies. The United Global Front demonstrated the power of collective action in the face of systemic oppression. The anti-apartheid movement, or AAM, left a lasting legacy. Its tireless efforts contributed significantly to the eventual dismantling of apartheid. But beyond that, it inspired a new generation of activists. The strategies and solidarity built during this period provided a blueprint for future human rights campaigns. The impact of the AAM is a testament to the power of sustained, principled activism. Although apartheid has been dismantled, the fight for justice and equality continues. The lessons learned from the struggle against apartheid are more relevant than ever. Today, activists around the world draw inspiration from this history as they confront new challenges. The pursuit of justice is an ongoing journey, and the spirit of the anti-apartheid movement lives on in the hearts of those who believe in a fairer, more equitable world. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below and join the conversation.